Hello, this video is being made for those of you who read the labels of the ingredients of foods that you purchase before you do, to make you aware of a new name that you might be seeing on those labels, which is Amino Sweet. Now, it's a new name, but it's certainly not a new ingredient. As a matter of fact, it's another name for a very dangerous artificial sweetener that's also known as NutraSweet and Equal, which of course is aspartame. And aspartame, for those of you who may not know, is a very dangerous and deadly excitotoxin that literally destroys the brain and the body. Now, we've done videos in the past, and for more extensive information, I might refer you to those videos, but just to recap it for a moment, this substance known as aspartame, or now called Amino Sweet, is actually made using genetically modified bacteria. That's amazing. And it's put into the food, many of the foods that people ingest, including soft drinks, chewing gums, breakfast cereals, jams. And it's really important to know about this food because it can cause blindness, it can cause cancer, brain tumors. And let me give you a greater list of what aspartame has been linked to as well. Not only, or aside from the cancers and the tumors, but researchers have linked aspartame with the following symptoms and diseases: headaches, visual loss, lupus, systemic lupus erythematosus, muscular dystrophy, chronic fatigue, depression, Alzheimer's, memory loss, coma, fibromyalgia, diabetes, seizures, ADD, and the list goes on. This is very dangerous. That's the bottom line. Now, this is what's very peculiar. All the way back into 2005, European scientists, members of what's known as the European Food and Safety Authority, have determined and identified the dangers of aspartame and have outlawed it against being used in foods that are produced in the European countries. However, in our country, the FDA stated, based upon this information, even in light of the information of the European Food Safety Authority and their decision, the FDA said, quote, "The decision about aspartame was not conclusive enough to prove that it was a dangerous substance." You got to be kidding me. And it goes on, and that there was, quote, "no further review on all or on any of the earlier scientific opinion on the safety of aspartame or reason to revise the acceptable daily intake," end quote. That's a quote that's given by the FDA. So what they're saying basically is that aspartame is safe, despite all of the information and the facts that have been garnered throughout the European nations, and the scientists linking it to all these disorders that I mentioned earlier. They're still saying that don't worry about it, it's safe. Well, okay. Another fact is this: this substance in the body breaks down to a chemical known as phenylalanine. Now, there are individuals in our society, throughout the world, frankly, who genetically cannot metabolize phenylalanine. They can't break it down. And those individuals are called phenylketonuria. And on the foods, these individuals, known as phenylketonuria, have to read the label and see if phenylalanine is listed in there, because if these individuals ingest that food that has aspartame in it, it could cause mental retardation, coma, epilepsy. It could cause permanent brain damage, and or in worst case scenarios, it could literally kill these people. But hey, nonetheless, it's safe according to the FDA, and it's put in the foods. Also, in addition to that, if that were not enough, aspartame, not unlike other deadly toxins and poisons, is addicting. That's right, it's addicting. These people that eat it, if it's in the food, they become addicted to it, and they want more. Now, they want this food, they're going to eat more of this food, they're going to buy more of this food, ingest more of this food, and it's addicting. It's a self-generating kind of a situation that's literally killing these people very slowly. William Shakespeare is quoted as saying, "A rose would smell as sweet by any other name," or "a rose by any other name would smell as sweet." I forget how it goes exactly. And in this situation, a toxin by any other name, aspartame, known now as amino sweet, is just as toxic. So the bottom line is this: if you see it on the label, stay away from it. And if you've got to have something sweet, a suggestion might be to just use raw, unfiltered, locally produced, that is honey, which is produced in your area, and use that, or use raw, non-GMO sugar in order to satisfy your palate. If you do those types of things, I assure you, you're going to be taking steps that will promote the best performance of your life. I once again want to thank you for watching this video. I'm Dr. Robert Bartosh of Proactive Wellness and Injury Center, and I do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Proactive Wellness. So until the next video, and as always, God bless.